There's something magnetic about a great night photograph. The way it holds light in the dark, the way it transforms the familiar into something almost otherworldly. You see one and you feel it. You feel the pull to create something just like it yourself. But when you try, the gap between what you imagined and what you captured can feel insurmountable. And it's easy to assume that the difference comes down to luck, being in the right place at the right time, a faster lens, a better sensor, or some magical combination of ISO, aperture, and shutter speed that you just haven't discovered yet. But that's not it. Those things matter, but they're not what separates a night photograph that works from one that doesn't. What separates them is something quieter, something harder to see from the outside, and that's decision making. Every great night photograph is the result of a series of deliberate choices. Choices made before the camera even comes out. Choices about what to prioritize, what to sacrifice, and what the image is actually trying to say. And if you don't understand the framework behind those decisions, you're not just shooting in the dark, you're guessing in it. This video isn't about settings or techniques. It's about the reasoning that comes before them, the logic that turns a difficult scene into a clear photograph. Because once you see how those decisions are made, you stop hoping for the right conditions and start creating them. Most photographers approach night photography like a puzzle. They think if they just find the right combination of settings, the image will work. ISO 3200, 2-second exposure, f2.8. They treat the camera like a combination lock, twist the dials until something clicks. And sometimes it works. Sometimes you get lucky. But luck isn't a system. And without a system, you can't repeat it. You can't build on it. You can't grow. The difference between a photographer who gets occasional good night shots and one who consistently creates compelling work isn't gear, isn't luck, isn't some hidden setting. It's that one of them has a decision framework, a sequence of questions they ask before the camera comes out, and the other one is simply reacting. So here are the 6 questions. Every time I approach a night scene, I ask them in order. They're not complicated, but they change everything. Question 1. What is the photograph for? Not what is it of, what is it for? What's the purpose? What do I want someone to feel when they see this? Question 2. What must remain stable? In every night photograph, something has to be the anchor, a building, a figure, a reflection, something the viewer's eye can hold on to. What is that thing, and how do I protect it? Question 3. What can move or change? This is the counterpart. Once you know what must stay still, you identify what's allowed to blur, streak, shift, light trails, clouds, water, people walking through the frame. That movement is energy, but only if it's intentional. Question 4. Where is the light and what is it doing? At night, light doesn't just illuminate, it directs, it carves, it separates. You have to read the light like a map, where it falls, where it doesn't, and what that means for your image. Question 5. What am I willing to let go of technically to protect the story? Night photography forces compromise. You can't have everything. If you protect sharpness, you might lose motion. If you protect exposure, you might gain noise. If you protect the moment, you might sacrifice technical perfection. The question is, what matters more? Question 6. What am I willing to sacrifice to preserve intent? This is the final question, and it's the hardest one because it forces you to name what you're giving up, Are you willing to sacrifice sharpness to preserve motion? Then you accept a slower shutter and some blur. Are you willing to sacrifice cleanliness to preserve exposure? Then you push the ISO and accept the noise. Are you willing to sacrifice technical perfection to preserve the moment? Then you shoot handheld, you raise the settings, and you let the image be imperfect. Great night photography isn't about avoiding these sacrifices. It's about making them intentionally. Let's go deeper on each one. What is the photograph for? This isn't about subject matter. A photograph of a bridge at night could be about architecture or loneliness or the tension between structure and movement. The subject is the same. The purpose changes everything: the framing, the exposure, the mood. If you don't define purpose before you shoot, you're decorating, not communicating. Stability is your anchor. In a night scene with mixed emotion, traffic, people, wind in the trees, you have to decide what the viewer holds on to. If everything moves, there's no resting point. The image becomes chaos. Pick one element, protect it, let everything else orbit around it. Once you know what's stable, you give everything else permission to move. And this is where night photography gets exciting, because motion at night isn't a problem to solve, it's a tool to use. Light trails are just long exposure records of decision. Ghosted pedestrians are evidence of time passing. Cloud streaks are proof that you waited. At night, every light source is a character in the scene. A street lamp isn't just illumination. It's a spotlight with a hard edge and a defined fall-off. A neon sign isn't decoration. It's a color temperature competing with everything around it. A car headlight isn't ambient. It's a moving key light that reshapes the scene every few seconds. When you start reading light this way, you stop being passive. You start positioning yourself relative to the light, and that changes everything. This is where most photographers get stuck. They want everything: sharp, clean, properly exposed, low noise, perfect color. But night photography doesn't give you everything. The physics won't allow it. Longer exposures give you more light but introduce motion. Higher ISO gives you speed but introduces noise. Wider apertures give you both but narrow your depth of field. Every setting is a negotiation, and the photographer who wins that negotiation is the one who knows what they're willing to lose. This is the final question, and it's the hardest one, because it forces you to name what you're giving up. Great night photography isn't about avoiding these sacrifices, it's about making them intentionally. It's about knowing what you're trading and why it's worth it. Because perfection isn't the goal, clarity is. And sometimes the clearest image is the one that chooses one thing and lets everything else go. This decision framework, the 6 questions I just walked you through, is Module 3 of Still Frame Foundation. The course doesn't just teach you how to shoot night photography. It teaches you how to think through every photographic scenario using the same systematic approach. What matters most? What can I sacrifice? What can't be compromised? If you've been chasing settings instead of building frameworks, Still Frame Foundation restructures how you approach photography entirely. It's 8 modules of decision-making systems with exercises and diagnostics. The link is in the description. Now, let me bring this together. Night photography isn't a genre that rewards luck. It rewards clarity. Clarity about what you want, clarity about what you're willing to give up, and clarity about why this frame, this moment, this light, this decision. The questions don't just apply to night photography. They apply to everything, every scene, every condition, every frame, because the camera doesn't know what you want. You have to tell it, and you can't tell it if you haven't decided. So next time you're standing in the dark with your camera, don't start with the settings. Start with the questions. What is this for? What must hold still? What can move? Where is the light? What am I trading? What am I protecting? Because night photography isn't about perfection. It's about clarity. And clarity comes from knowing what you're choosing and why it matters. If you want this level of systemic thinking across all of photography, not just night work, that's exactly what Still Frame Foundation teaches. It's the complete framework for photographic decision making. So check it out in the description. If this video helped you see night photography differently, hit subscribe. I make videos like this regularly, frameworks, not just techniques. And if you know a photographer who's been chasing settings instead of building systems, send it their way. I'll see you in the next one.